What are you doing?
I'm stretching. Is that allowed?
Of course. I just thought you should relax. Sit. Close your eyes, maybe.
And what if I don't? You'd have to punish me, wouldn't you, Mr. Warden?
Alice,
I've been very naughty.
Welcome back, listeners. That was The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. It is the witching hour. Maybe everyone's gone to bed.
Maybe we should have a safe word.
If you're worried,
I'm worried I won't like it.
then we should definitely have one. What do you think, Miss Baratsky?
It's Madame.
I'm sorry, Madame Baratsky.
You must feel relaxed. So if a safe word would help, then yes.
What should it be?
Banana.
Banana it is.
Okay, banana, banana, banana. Sorry, I'm just practicing.
Places, everyone. And we're live in 3, 2... Welcome back. As promised, listeners, we have a special treat for you tonight. Madame Baratsky is a past lives regression therapist who claims to have helped hundreds of clients discover their previous selves, from ancient Egyptian concubines to Cold War spies. Welcome, Madame Baratsky.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, it wouldn't be our show without my better and more beautiful half. Say hello, Monroe.
Hello, Monroe.
Monroe has bravely volunteered to be put to sleep by Madame Baratsky this evening.
You make it sound like euthanasia.
She's going to wake you up again. Aren't you?
Of course.
Remind me again why you couldn't do it, Poe?
Dodgy knee. In just a moment, Madame Baratsky will put Monroe into a trance.
I prefer hypnotic state.
Into a hypnotic state. And we'll ask her to describe what she sees. Later on, we'll be taking your calls. Have you lived before? Do you remember any past lives? Or is it all just a money-making racket? Let us know. Monroe,
Yes, Poe?
are you ready to meet your past self?
I was born ready.
Let's hope you were reborn ready. Madame Baratsky, take it away.
Now, Miss Monroe, please relax. Close your eyes and focus on the sound of my voice. Listen to nothing else but my voice.
Madame Baratsky has started the regression process.
Focus on your arms. Feel how heavy they are. Feel them sink into the chair and pull you into the deep, deep dark. Let the darkness consume you.
Sorry, I had an itchy nose suddenly.
It won't work if you fidget.
I'm sorry, I'll be still.
Let's start again. Listen to my voice and nothing else. Good. She is fully relaxed and suggestible. Now you have crossed into a life you have lived before. Do you remember who you are?
Yes.
Monroe says she can remember a previous life.
Shh.
Do not rush. Let the world come to you. Let it reveal itself to you. Let the world envelop you. Step into the world and become your former self. Now tell me what you see.
I'm Elizabeth. That's what you were going to ask, isn't it? Being right. It's a gift and a burden. Where's Dr. Decker? You don't know, do you? It's okay. I was just being polite. It's nice to see a new face. What did he tell you about me? Relationships are hard, especially with my condition. Let's play a game, Doctor. You're very accommodating for a therapist. You think of something, and I'll guess it. Why are you thinking of a square? That's so dull. Don't say anything. I mean, you haven't said anything since you arrived. Do you believe me now? That I can read your mind? Good. You believe me? I lose a lot of friends right about now. Something happened at work. The dry cleaner's in town. I can't switch it off. As soon as I lock eyes with a person, I get their thoughts. It's like tuning a radio. If I look at someone, I hear their thoughts. Anyway, there's this guy who walks in with a suit. It's got a stain on the trousers near the zipper. And all he's thinking when he drops them off is, Sharon can't pick these up, Sharon can't pick these up. So he starts screaming at me that he needs the hour service or he'll have me fired. So I call the manager. I guess Sharon, who he doesn't want to pick them up, is his wife or girlfriend? Either way, he clearly doesn't want her to see the stain. But Sharon is also the name of my manager. I call Sharon over anyway. Sharon! Sharon! This guy's face is a picture, but he's holding it together. Sharon comes over preoccupied. She's thinking about the washing machines. She is the manager, so she normally does that, but this time was different. She was thinking about Nisha, spinning away in one of them. Nisha? She's a part-timer, waiting to start uni. Sweet looking, but salty. Anyway, the store manager hears shouting and comes over. The customer, let's call him Ed, Says that we shouldn't be advertising something we can't deliver. Says he's a lawyer and he'll sue us. The store manager, whose name I intentionally forget, says he'll sort it out. Sharon, in the meantime, has gone ashen. I don't know if Ed's a lawyer or not. That's not the important part. Ed finally gives in, throws his suit at me, and leaves. The manager looks at me and says, "Can you work your magic hands over his trousers?" He's thinking of me topless, in a hot tub, but with way bigger breasts. And some other things I'd rather not remember. Knowing people's thoughts eats your soul. Fine. I guess I painted the picture, you might as well think it. Thanks for letting me wear a bra, though. They're still too big. Anyway, I take it round back to start working on it. And that's when I see her. Nisha. Like a ragdoll in a hurricane. Just spinning inside this big machine. Her face smashing against glass and metal. Blood pouring out of every opening. She's a mess.
Can you see any jewelry? A ring, maybe?
Yes. A ring.
Good. I need you to get it for me. Do you understand?
I understand.
Well, this is fascinating, August. We'll be back with more of Monroe's past life in just a moment. What's going on?
I'm helping Ellis uncover her past.
Why does she need to get this ring?
Oh, it's just a technique I use.
I think you should bring her back now.
It would be dangerous at this point.
Then do it at whatever point it won't be.
Quiet. I'm trying to concentrate.
Sharon's in a psychiatric hospital now. They arrested Sharon for Nisha's murder. Sentenced to 18 years. One for each of Nisha's. Is that enough? Maybe murder should be punishable by death. People don't change, do they? They just get worse. I did see Sharon once after the trial. She didn't talk. But in her head, all I could see was Nisha going round and round. Her mind was literally stuck like a broken record. Sharon's fingerprints were all over the machines. And her husband was having sex with Nisha. That's all the jury needed. Nobody saw her do it, though. She just didn't have a good enough lawyer. People with money get away with murder all the time, though. Don't they? Fair enough. I live on benefits, so I probably shouldn't murder anyone. Nisha worked for Sharon as a housemaid. That's how she met the husband. It's so cliché. Nisha was desperate for money, and he was desperate for attention. Never told anyone this, but Nisha charged Sharon's husband for sex. I mean, she said she would have done it anyway, but since there was a chance of getting paid, I don't think Sharon knew. Would you pay someone to have sex with you, Doctor? People pay people to have sex with them all the time. Just not with money. They do it expecting love, or opportunity, time, companionship, or orgasms. Nisha was good at cleaning, what can I say? Often I'd go to the back of the machines to hoover the lint trays out, and Nisha was there with Jared, hoovering away already. I watched the trial from the gallery. Not many people made eye contact with me, but Sharon did. She wanted to die. Really die. I don't think she killed Nisha. Sharon's defense. She said Jared killed Nisha. The Umbrella Man. Jared's the Umbrella Man. It's a nickname. We were on a works do and it started raining, and then Jared pulls out this tiny umbrella out of nowhere and then gets handsy with any girl stupid enough to duck under it. Hence, Umbrella Man. Nisha kissed me once, so I slapped her. We were in the machine room. She said she'd got something in her eye and would I take a look? So I did. Her irises were lovely and big, dilated. And while I was looking, she just kissed me. But her mind, it was beautiful, shimmering. And then when she kissed me, it all fell away. All that was left was shame, fear, repulsion. So I slapped her. Nisha was asking for it, wasn't she? I mean, if your partner's cheating on you, you murder their fling. Exactly. She'd have killed her husband for sure. Why start with Nisha? It doesn't make any sense. I think Jared killed Nisha. What did Nisha think about? Nisha thought about Jared a lot. She hated him, but she also wanted to sleep with him at the same time. It's pretty common. I'm sure there's an interesting scientific term for it. Yeah, angry sex or anger sex. I'd probably take either right now. I told you about the Umbrella Man. She hated him. But in a lady doth protest too much kind of way. Maybe he killed her. I saw Nisha's body in the machine. Her eyes were still open, crying blood. But I looked into them and there was peace. Nothing else. Just peace. They closed down the store for a while so the real cleaners could come in. They got rid of all the blood. It wasn't just blood. Her skull had split open and was grating against the metal drum. Some of her teeth. Sorry, Doctor. What did you want to know? Perk. Perchloroethylene. It's what they use in dry cleaning machines. But Nisha didn't drown. The spin cycle broke her spinal cord, so she was paralysed for a few minutes while her face mashed into everything. Shock probably got her first. Yeah, dry cleaning machines have huge locks. There's no way of shutting yourself in. You really have to get a friend to help. Or manager. Sharon's fingerprints were the only ones on the machine. Actually, hers and Nisha's. The police thought she'd struggled against the machine trying to fight Sharon. Nobody heard anything though. I'm allergic to nuts. Is this definitely normal milk? It's banana milk. Okay then. Banana.
Monroe, you're back.
Banana. Banana.
What's wrong with her?
She's stuck between two lives.
Monroe. Monroe.
Monroe, listen to my voice. You can rest now. You can go in after her. Just sit down, please.
How can I go in after her? I'd have to get in her brain.
I'm very good at what I do. Sleep. There's a good boy.
You want to see my ring? What? I don't remember wearing one. Shall I take it off? Maybe later. Jared, the umbrella man. He's weird, like a spider. Sharon ducked under his umbrella that time, and his hands slithered around her body and kind of rested under her breast. Everyone knew he was touching it, and Sharon just gave a weak smile and wriggled away. I tried to read his mind, but it was like a stereogram. His facial expression didn't change. Nothing. It was like he was wrapping his arms around his prey. He didn't seem to be particularly enjoying touching her breast, just for science. Jared's mind was a mess of coloured dots that didn't make any sense. I never knew what he was thinking, ever. There's only one other person I know that's like that. Yep, Dr. Decker. His mind's also mush. I actually came here today to tell him that I don't want any more sessions. He creeps me out. Jared quit after the murder. Well, so did I, to be fair. Well, I've kind of quit everything now. You can't just think of a question mark. If you've got a question, let me have it. People get like this. Flustered when I can read their mind. Cat. I agree. Cat. I already said that Jared killed Nisha. Or something did. Do you believe in the supernatural? No. It's not science, is it? Jared killed Nisha. I saw it happen, but I couldn't tell the police. They were in the back room, Jared and Nisha. They were kissing. And then she opened the door to the machine. She just got in, and Jared, he shut it. He didn't have fingers, he had... I can't. And the kiss, his tongue, it was a giant worm, and it just slithered from his mouth into hers. I tried to catch Nisha's eye, but it wasn't her. It took her over so quickly. It's thoughts I've seen. Dr. Decker said that if I can imagine another world, I can move myself into it. Just dream myself away. Become someone else. Someone people love. Someone beautiful. Someone who isn't me. What do you think, Doctor? Can I just dream myself away? Thank you. Jared knows I know. And he's coming for me. I guess I should start dreaming. I've always liked the name Monroe. What do you think, Doctor? Would I make a good Monroe?
In an hour, you'll wake, as if from some deep sleep. And I'll be gone. That should cover it. I'll see myself out.
Dr. Decker.
On that note, here's a message from our sponsor that you're sure to enjoy. The police are looking for Miss Buratsky. It's a shame she didn't stick around.
Was she even licensed?
She came highly recommended.
From who?
Herself, when she knocked on the door yesterday morning.
You let a complete stranger take over my body?
I didn't know what she was going to do.
I feel so violated. I can't even tell our listeners.
We were robbed. She literally took my wallet and your purse.
I know. But that was everything I had.
And that wasn't all she took.
What else is gone?
My adoption papers.
What?
My adoption papers are missing.
I didn't know you were adopted.
Well, I am. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Sorry, Poe, I wasn't suggesting that.
It's unsettling when someone takes something so personal.
Just who does she think she is?
A past lives travel agent who robbed us whilst we were dreaming.
But it wasn't a dream. You were there. You and me.
Yes, just like Wizard of Oz. Maybe the reason the people looked familiar is because you made it all up yourself.
So, are we dreaming now or is this real? I can't tell anymore.
Want me to give you a squeeze?
No, this is real.
How can you be so sure?
Because in my dreams you're much more of a charmer.
And richer, I'd imagine.
Too soon, Poe. Too soon. Bless me, Father Poe, for I have sinned.
Again, Monroe? It's only been a week.
I know. I just can't stop myself.
What is it this time?
I've been taking too many selfies.
Well, they say pride cometh before a fall.
Which is why I won't do it on a cliff.
This isn't much of a confession, Monroe. Haven't you got something more scandalous?
You haven't seen the selfies. I've been lustful.
Monroe, I'm shocked.
Lustful for our listeners and their dirty, dirty secrets. I just can't get enough of them.
Hear that, listeners? She's insatiable.
I really am.
You'd better not leave her hanging. Phone in now and tell us what naughty things you've been up to. In? Confession booth.
Now remember, callers, no last names, no strings attached, and no consequences. Just call in to confess and let us absolve you of all of your sins.
It's cheaper than therapy.
and almost as effective.
This isn't blasphemous, is it, Monroe?
God, I hope not.
Excellent. Ah, we have a caller on line 1.
Line 1, you're through to the confession booth.
Hiya, it's me.
You're live on air, Line 1. What's your name?
Oh, Beck.
Welcome, Beck. Spill forth the burning secrets of your tormented soul.
He means, what do you want to confess?
I, crashed my boss's car.
Oh no, that's terrible. Were you hurt?
No, but the car was, totaled. It was a Rolls. Oh,
Wow.
I know. Yeah, it's really bad.
Well, how did it happen? Were you swerving to avoid something?
Yeah, there was an animal in the road. It was, really hairy. Must have been, a bear or something else, because it was huge.
A hairy bear.
As big as a human. Honestly, maybe bigger. I remember because it was a full moon.
A full moon, you say?
Yeah, about a month ago.
Interesting.
What happened to the animal?
I ran off. I don't think it was hurt, but I did hear howling.
Howling.
Yeah, like a wolf. Like, ow. Well, that was terrible, obviously, but like a wolf.
Well, that sounds mysterious, doesn't it, Poe?
It does indeed.
Thank you for your confession, Beck.
Yes, thank you, Beck. It sounds like you're still traumatized by your experience, but I'm glad you weren't physically hurt. Father Poe says, you are forgiven. And we'll be back for more confessions after this message.
Well, that was kind of strange, wasn't it, Poe?
Yes, although I get the feeling he was angling for something.
Really? Seemed genuine to me. You don't think... No, I'm being silly.
You're not being silly, Alice. I suspect he was trying to make us think the same thing.
He said it was a hairy animal,
The size of a man.
and the moon was full. You don't think there could be werewolves in August, do you?
It does seem unlikely.
Poe, you're not going to believe this, but there's a full moon tonight. Maybe we should leave early and check it out.
Don't you have other plans? It's your birthday tomorrow.
I wasn't planning on having an early night.
Let me call Gwendolyn. Welcome back, listeners. This is Dark Nights with Poe.
And Monroe.
And we're in the confession booth.
The confession booth.
Line 2, you're through to Father Poe.
Bless me, Father Poe, for I have sinned.
What is your name, child?
Casper,
And what dark anguish burns your mortal soul, Casper?
He means, what would you like to confess?
nothing? There's actually something else I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Off the air.
Well, you'll have to wait a little while, Casper, until after the show.
Well, I could wait until then, but that might not give you enough time.
Well, you're in luck, Casper, as I have a story queued up. Listeners will be back in a few minutes after this spooky tale. Okay, Casper. It's just us now.
What are we saving ourselves from this time?
Don't go to Wolf Lane.
We're not going to Wolf Lane.
Well, we might be. The werewolf, remember?
Yes, you are, but you shouldn't.
And why is that, Casper?
Because it will be the last time anyone sees you.
Why?
I can't give details, but something bad will happen if you go to Wolf Lane tonight.
You know, if you want us to take you seriously, perhaps elaborate on the something bad will happen bit.
There's a billion other places you could go. and I'm just asking you to avoid one. But if you have a death wish, go to Wolf Lane.
Is that a death threat, Casper?
No, this is your future. Trust me, I know.
Because you have a time machine?
Because I was there when it happened.
Well, we're certainly putting the dark in dark nights tonight, August.
Maybe we should stop taking calls.
Nonsense, Monroe. What would this show be without the heady mix of terror and titillation provided by our callers?
Well, this radio host has been titillated enough for one night, which is good, because it's time for Betty Buys. Sweet dreams, August. Thank you for listening.
Yes, and remember, don't have
Nightmares.
With Poe and Monroe.
So what do you think?
What do you think?
Actually, I enjoyed Casper's call. Very inventive. We should ask him to write a story for the show.
You think he was making it up?
Of course he was. You have to learn to be less trusting, Monroe. People will take advantage of it.
Well, we wouldn't want that. So, still fancy a trip to Wolf Lane?
Oh!
There's a good boy. You really think we can see werewolves?
It would be foolish to rule it out altogether. I know it's almost your birthday, but, well, a full moon waits for no man.
Or werewoman?
Exactly.
I guess it could be romantic. You and me huddled in the car, looking at the stars. They say Wolf Lane's the best place in August for stargazing.
Do they?
There's hardly any light pollution.
Happy birthday, my love.
It's not my birthday yet.
You're such a tease, Monroe.
It's only teasing if I don't follow through. Oh?
It's all right, Alice.
You don't need to do that. It's not a hold-up.
I beg to differ.
This is for your own protection.
Who are you?
I'm Casper Light. I'm...
From the show. You just called into our radio show.
Oh no. I must have come back again.
Are you okay?
No. This means I've already failed.
What is it you want exactly?
I work for a company called Coit Industries. They do experimental stuff.
A scientist?
No, I'm Eminem.
The rapper?
Mishaps and malfunctions. We clean up messes. I'm here to save you.
Save us from what?
Disassembly? You have to stay away from Wolf Lane.
We're not going to Wolf Lane. You told us not to when you called, so we're going straight home. Isn't that right, Monroe?
Yeah. I'm so tired.
See? There's no need for any of this.
Please, put the gun down.
I'm sorry. You have no idea what's at stake. Don't try it. It always ends badly.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Okay.
Gun. Are you sure this is wise?
The guy was crazy, Poe. Maybe he was on drugs. Maybe he heard us talking about Wolf Lane on the show and thought he'd have some fun.
I suppose you're right.
Besides, you said the police will pick him up. It's not like he's gonna follow us here.
Well, he definitely knows where we're going. Maybe we shouldn't be out here on our own.
You're not afraid of werewolves, are you?
I didn't have you down as the werewolf hunting type either.
I like to keep you on your toes. Which reminds me. Hot chocolate. I thought we might be here a while.
When did you have time to make this?
During the last break.
But that was before the call-in.
What else did I bring? Let me see. Wine? Nighty.
Are we having a sleepover, Monroe?
Well, it is awfully late.
Isn't there a motel near here?
Well, yes, there is, Poe.
What's going on?
I have a confession to make. I already booked us a room. It's Casper. What should we do?
I call the police.
Wait. Maybe we should talk to him.
Are you insane?
The gun was fake.
How do you know?
It was made of plastic. My point is, I don't think he's trying to hurt us. He thinks he's genuinely trying to help.
A moment ago, you were calling him crazy. I... Do what you feel you must.
You can't be here. Wait, what?
Poe's already called the police. They're looking for you. Go home, Casper.
You know who I am?
You're kidding, right?
Please, I'm trying to save your life. Thank you. Now step on it before this place explodes.
Where are we?
Are you okay? We're in the sound booth at the studio.
Why?
I don't know. He's locked us in. I've tried the door already.
Is there another way out?
Death? I'm assuming Casper will let us out when he's done with us.
Happy birthday to me.
You said you wanted to try something different this year.
I'm sorry I had to do that. It's to keep you safe. I work for a company called Coit Industries. We specialize in speculative technology. I say we. The science team do the heavy lifting. I'm just M&M. Mishaps and malfunctions. It's my job to clean up the results. Normally, I don't intervene. Just let it happen, then clear up. But people will still be listening to you years from now because I've saved you.
So, the whole werewolves thing,
I didn't want to wake up alone.
I don't get it.
Let's face it, birthday or not, you'd have gone home to your wife after the show. I know you'd have stayed late and we'd have had some fun, but eventually you'd leave, like you always do.
Monroe.
I just wanted someone to wake up with, to wish me happy birthday and give me a hug.
But what's that got to do with Wolf Lane?
Nothing. It doesn't matter now. Maybe if you get a time machine, you'll find out.
Okay, it's like this. Around midnight, you're on Wolf Lane. At the same time, an organization I can't name is testing an experimental weapon. The test glitches, you get fried, and M&M are called in for disposal. Because it's not your normal run-of-the-mill explosion. Tomorrow, the news spreads that you've vanished. You're never found. Time travel is Coit's most profitable service. The key is subtlety. You don't use it to kill Hitler. You use it to manipulate election results, justify wars, or in my case, rescue 2 local radio hosts so you can keep listening to their show. You're welcome, by the way.
Let us out! Let us out!
No point yelling, Monroe. It's soundproofed in and out.
Fine. Let's use our mind power to open the door.
So that is how the world ends. You didn't hear it from me. I wish you'd say something. I'm just gonna go. I'll leave it another minute just to be safe, though. Good luck, Poe and Monroe.
Did I just open that with my mind?
Try locking it again.
Or we could just leave.
What if your telekinesis only works in this room and only on your birthday? Wouldn't you want to know?
You happy?
You're my superwoman, Monroe. Either way.
Feeling any pain downstairs?
No.
Then it doesn't work.
So, there are no werewolves.
No. They're partying with August vampires.
And you paid Beck to call in.
No. I told him it was an audition.
But why?
I needed to give you a reason to stay.
And Casper?
Nothing to do with me.
It's your birthday. I'm supposed to surprise you.
You did. Just not in a good way.
It's barely started. You've got the whole day to look forward to.
Can you stay?
You really want me to stay?
Isn't it obvious?
Then I'll stay. I will leave her one day.
Poe, what turned you into such a monster?
Gwendolyn is lovely. Gwen, she's not so nice.
Because she's unfaithful?
I only caught her that once. Well, Virginia caught her.
Virginia's 12.
She was 9. Gwen never apologized.
Gwen gave up her career. Gwen gave up her youth.
Gwen sleeps around.
And so do I now.
Do you still love her?
Yes. More wine, Monroe?
Hit me.
It's 8 o'clock, and this is your August update.
A broken gas pipe on Wolf Lane caused an explosion last night. that claimed the life of entrepreneur Venice Pavel. 29-year-old Miss Pavel was the newly appointed CEO of Intervine Futures, a company whose breakthrough research in quantum mechanics promised consumer teleportation within the next 5 years.
A gas leak on Wolf Lane.
The weather tonight will be clear and dry with highs of 12 and lows of 8.
And that's your August update. A gas leak on Wolf Lane?
We need to check these updates before we go live.
That could have been us.
I'm not sure that I believe any of that.
You think Casper caused the explosion?
Probably. He just didn't want us on his conscience.
Why? Why not kill all of us?
I don't have a crystal ball or a time machine. I don't know.
Teleportation. Miss Pavel was competition.
He said he was saving us.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe Miss Pavel wouldn't have been at Wolf Lane if we'd been there.
Or if we'd have been there, we'd have saved her.
Well, August police can deal with all of that now.
August police need to outsource.
Good thinking. And your brain is as big and wonderful as your heart.
Oh, you shouldn't have. Hurry.
It's time for our first caller. Line 1, you're on the air.